Oh, we have to do share screen. Screen share. Okay, so I think that's all recording now. All right, so first thing is open up InDesign. InDesign is the layout tool of the Adobe Suite. So it's different than Illustrator, and that's specifically made for publications for making books. Okay, so you're going to go to New File, and then you want to go to Print up at the top here, click on Letter Size, and then we're going to come over to some of the preset details on the side and change a few things. So where it has units, I want you to change that to inches instead of picas, just so that it's like a little bit clearer where you are in a paper. Unless you are like super comfortable with picas, I'm just not. I don't know what they are. Okay, so moving down. For pages, I want you to change this to 6 pages. I want them to be facing pages. So far we have letter, portrait orientation, 6 pages, facing pages. And then the margins on this right now are 0.5 on everything. I want you to make that 0.25 on top on all sides. So if you just type in 1, it should change it for everything. Sometimes if I'm doing a print document, so something that's not being looked at digitally, but I know will actually be printed, I'll make the inside a bigger margin. Why do you think that is? Yeah, so if I'm right, so this is my book, and I'm putting like margins around it. Sometimes I make the inside have a bigger margin. Why would you do that? Yep, to give room for slides. So either we're going to punch holes in it and we're going to sew it together, it's going to like put binder clips in, or it's going to bend, right? You won't be able to see what's in the crack. But this I'm assuming we're just looking at digitally, so I'm going to leave all my margins even. Okay, once you've done that, hit create. Okay, so same as in Illustrator or Photoshop. If you do Control-, you'll zoom out. If you do Control+, you zoom in. So here I have my pages, super lovely. My first page is going to be more of a title page. My last page is kind of the inside of my last cover. I want you to go over here to Window, go to Workspace, and change it to Essentials Classic. That's just going to give you a few more things over here, a few more toolbars, a few more tools on this side, and it opens up some things up here that I think are helpful. Yeah, so you go to Window, Workspace, Essentials Classic. Okay. First thing we're going to do is set up a master page. So I'm going to come over here on my sidebar to Pages. And I want you to go to where it says A Parent, or I guess they're now called Parents. Okay, so I'm going to go to A Parent and double click. A parent page essentially sets up a template that then you can use throughout your project. And you can have multiple of them. So if I go back to Pages, I can hit New Parent. So I might have like one layout that repeats every other page, and I have another layout that repeats every other page. But for now, let's stick on A Parent. First thing I want to do is set up Guide. So I'm going to go to Layout, and then Create Guide. And then what guides are, they basically are going to give me some columns that I can size different things to and keep things aligned. So I'm going to make, let's make 4 rows, and let's make 3 columns. And then there's going to be a gutter. The gutter is the amount of space in between all of those columns and guides. I'm going to leave the gutter just as they have it and click Preview. It's essentially turning my page into a whole bunch of little boxes. Over here right now I have Fit Guides to Page. I'm going to change that to Margins. so that I keep my margin clean. So if I wanted to fill this whole page up with images, I would still have my margin around the side and they could all be equal sizes. I'm going to make the gutters a little bit bigger. So I'm going to change them to 0.2 inches. And then hit preview so that I just have a little bit more space in there. Okay, so once you do create guide, 4 rows, 3 columns, 0.2 for gutters. I'm going to hit OK. Is everyone ready? Not yet. Okay. Sorry, I'm launching it. No. No. Yeah. Yeah, if you wanted, you don't need to be perfect. If you want to right click here, then you could do new parent. Okay. That would be how you make another parent. Or an A parent, so double click on A. Okay, so print, letter, change this to inches, make this 6 pages, and then change this to 0.25. Down here. Yeah, it'll change all of them at once. So you just put 2 in and do them all. Yeah, that works. Okay, and then create. Okay, then go to Window, Workspace, Essentials Classic. Okay, and then last one is Create Guide. So, actually, sorry, go to your pages here. Master. Then go to Layout. Create Guide. And you're making, we're going to do 4, 3.2, hit the margin. Okay, you need letters. File, sorry. Okay. What is that with this computer? You guys keep sitting back here. Yeah, so did you get, okay. Okay. So if you go back to the final mail. No, you could use your laptop this time.
Yeah, but my kind of do that.
Oh, okay. Do the print. Letter, this. Change the size. You want them all these things. He really does them all. Because you can still mine if you should. And go to Window. Double click on this. And go to Layout. Create Guide. Following that, so 4, 3, better. Good. Good. All right. Okay, I think we're all there. Everybody else good? All right. So I'm gonna hit okay. So on these pages, I'm going to stick in some page numbers. And to do that, I'm going to give myself a couple of layers. So under layers, I'm going to make a new layer and call this one shape. Hit okay. I'm going to create a new layer and call this one text. Hit okay. So that was under layers. The new layer button is under here. And then I made one called shapes, one called text. I'm going to go on my shape layer. I know I'm on there because the little pen is there. And I'm going to make a circle. So I'm going to come down to my ellipse tool that's on the side here. And I'm going to make a circle about that big. I'm going to come down here to colors and swap my colors so that it's a black little circle. And do Control+ just to zoom in a little bit. Oh, zoom is in my way. Okay. Then I'm going to bring this down. You'll notice that like that pink line shows up when I'm right in the middle. So I'm going to bring it to that pink line and bring it in so it's within my margin. Okay, so one more time. I'm coming over to my shape tool. I'm grabbing the ellipse tool. Over here, I'm swapping this so that it's filled with black. I'm clicking and dragging to make a circle. I'm then switching to my arrow and I'm bringing this down so that that pink line shows up. And then over so it sticks to the side. If you're smart, so the pink lines are called smart guides. If yours don't show up, you can go under view, grids and guides. And then I have on lock columns guides, snap to guides, smart guides. So if you like them or don't like them, that's where you turn them on and off, is under view, grids and guides. Okay, so that's going to be the background for my number. I'm now going to make my page number. So I'm going to switch to be on the text tab, text layer. And then I'm going to come over here to the T and create a box. And I'm going to go to type, insert, special character, markers, current page number. So I'm going to do that one more time. So I'm on my text layer. I'm going to grab my T tool, click and drag. And then I'm coming over to type, insert special character, markers, current page number. And it's going to say A because I'm on the A master right now. I want to change the format of this text. The first thing I want to do is I want to center it. So I'm going to double click inside my text box, and up on the top here, I can align to center. I also want to align it in the center of my text box. So if I right click on this box, I can go to text frame options. And then over here, there's something called vertical justification. So I can change that to center and hit OK. So again, I double click on here. I select this. I can change it to center up on this top bar. Then if I right click on here, I can go to text frame options. And then I can align it to center under vertical justification here and hit OK. I also still need to change my text color. So if I select my text, I can change the color down here, or I can also go to my swatches and change it to white. And then I'm going to move the whole thing so that it's right centered on my circle. So now I should have the A over the black circle. And I want to change the font. So I'm going to select this, and over here I can change the font to, what do we have on these computers? This is like, I don't know. I'm just going to do Arial for today. I feel like fonts are a really dangerous time suck. Okay. I would say like try to keep yourself to like 2 fonts. Try not to go crazy and have a million fonts. Okay. So now that I have that one page number on there, I want one on the other side as well. I'm going to go over here to my layers and make sure that paste remembers layers. So go to layers, Then under the 3 lines, click on them and put on Paste Your Numbers Layers. Then I want you to click and drag so that you select both the circle and the A. Hold down Alt and Shift, and then click and drag this all the way to the other side until it's aligned with the margin on the other side. So anytime you want to copy something, holding Alt is a shortcut for that. So again, I click, drag, select both of those, hold down Alt and Shift, and then I can just click and drag this over all the way to the other side. My circle looks like it's not quite where I want it to be, so I can move that, drag that over until I have that all aligned nicely. Okay, so now I have my page numbers on here. If I want to double check that they're working, I can go over to my pages. So this first one, double click on the first one, and you'll see I have like page 1, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're all numbered. I don't want to have a number on my first and last page. So I'm going to go back over to my pages, and where it says none, I'm going to click and drag that onto the page. You'll see here's my pages toolbar where there's one that says none at the top. I'm going to click, drag that onto my page 1 to make the page number go away. It now has no template behind it. It's just kind of a page on its own. I'm going to do the same thing for my last page. I'm going to click and drag on the none so that my first and last page don't have the A master on them or A parent on them. Okay, the other thing that is, you can totally start your portfolio at page 2. That is fine. If you want to start it at page 1, it's kind of annoying to get it to do it, and I'll show you how to do it. So what you need to do first is come over here, back under the pages thing where the 3 bars are, and unclick Allow Document Pages to Shuffle. So if I click on this again, it shouldn't say Allow Document Pages to Shuffle. Then I can click on here and then go to Layout, Numbering and Section option, Start Section, Start Page Numbering at 1, and then hit OK. And it's going to tell you it's mad and just hit OK anyway, and it'll renumber it. If you do not do the, if you don't do the Allow Document Pages to Shuffle, if that's checked, it won't allow you to change it. It'll like mess it up. Okay, so now we have our page number set up. I want to set up a couple more things on my master page. So I'm going to go back into my A parent. I'm going to create space for 2 images, and I'm going to create a caption, a title, and text. So space for images are going to be these little frames over here. I'm going to click on my rectangle frame tool, click and drag to make my rectangle frame. So there's my first one. Oh, I forgot to make a new layer. Let me do that first. So if I go to layers, I want to make a new layer. Call this one images. Hit OK. Same thing as Illustrator. I have this on the wrong layer now, but I can just click the little box over here and drag it up, and now it's on the right layer. Okay, so there's my first box. And then I'm going to come over here, Alt, copy it, and I'm going to bring this one all the way down. And then let's actually also do, let's do 2 small pictures here. So I'm going to Alt to bring this over, or I can always use my frame tool. So my frame tool is over here, and I would click and press Alt. Okay. So now I have a picture there, 2 small pictures, 1 medium picture, and let's let this go full bleed. So I'll make this 1 big picture. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures on here. Okay, there's a couple of things I want to change in these. So I'm going to select all of these. So I can hold down Shift to select more than one. Then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to Fitting and hit Frame Fitting Options. So again, I'm clicking Shift to select all of these. Right click and go to Frame Fitting Options. And I'm going to go to Fill Frame Proportionally. And I can show you what those mean once we're on the pages themselves. But basically, I'm telling it that like whatever image I place into there, I want it to fill the whole frame, but don't stretch my image out of shape. Sometimes you want to make sure you see, sometimes the better option might be fit content proportionally. So that would be like, make sure my whole drawing's there, but make it as big as it'll fit, but don't stretch it. Like the important thing is the not stretching it part, because stretched drawings look really bad. Okay, so fill frame proportionally, and then hit OK. So because I did that in the master, now when I place images later, they're automatically going to size themselves when I place them in. Okay, so actually let's finish this page and then we'll go on to placing stuff in. So we still need to put in our text, and I'm going to do a quick save. I'm going to call this day demo portfolio. Make sure you title your things that you will remember. Yeah. Distraction. Okay. Is everybody caught up? Are we all good? I'm going to on the your teamwork on. Okay, so nope. Why are you asking all this? Four, three. And margin. So you want to have to have the focus on here. You don't have, you just have to drag it and pull down Alt and Shift. Pull down Alt and Shift. It'll automatically show up in there. Or you have it all. Okay. So now you can on page numbers, and the last thing was this. Oh, I don't know why it really has that. Okay. Probably just a new setting. So these are actually all one piece. So these pieces. Well, this one. And do it one more time if I can do it. That's telling you that there's an ability to put a picture. Then you will eventually. Okay. Okay. You guys work good. Rachel, you'll set up. And okay. Okay, so text. So let's put in, we're going to make 3 kinds of text styles. So I don't have any of those windows here yet. So I'm going to go over to window and then go to type in tables. And I'm going to bring up my paragraph. And if you drag it in here, it'll kind of add it to this. And then I'm going to go to window, and I want text, and I want character styles. Where did it go? That's character. Oh, sorry. It should be under styles. Styles, character styles. And I'm going to drag that in here. So now you should see paragraph, character styles, paragraph styles. So that's under window, type in tables to get character. And then it's under window, styles, paragraph styles, character styles are in here. Okay, so I'm going to click on character styles, and I'm going to click the little plus sign to make a new one. And then I'm going to double click on it. So it says character style 1, I'm going to double click, call this one title. And then I'm going to go to the next thing, and we're just going to put some basic, you can change lots of things about it. We're just going to do some basic things. So I'm going to make the font family Arial. My font style for my title, I'm going to make bold. I'm going to make my size 48. And that's all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to hit OK. So to bring that back up, I called it title, and then I have on here Arial bold 48. One thing I use a lot on this is case. Like you can make the case all caps just by going to all caps. It's kind of nice sometimes. Okay, so once you have all that set, hit OK. Then I'm going to create another new style. And this one I'm going to call blurb. So that's for like your little text description. And then I'm going to go to basic character format. This time I'm going to change it. I still want Arial, but I'm going to make the font style regular. And I'm going to bring the size down to 10 point. 10 point is pretty small, just FYI. Like there's some old people at offices that'll be looking at your portfolio. So you might want to make it a little bit bigger. I usually do 10 point. I never go anything smaller than 6 because it's just too small. Okay, so you want blurb, Arial, regular, 10 point, hit OK. Okay, last one, we're going to click the plus. Double click on here. This one is going to be caption. And this one is still Arial, still regular, but I'm going to make this 8 point. And then hit OK. Okay, so now I have my character style set up. What's really nice about this is it makes it very quick to change between different styles. So I'm going to click here to make a new text box, click and drag. I'm going to type in title. And then if I just click on title, so I click on my box and I click title, it'll automatically go to that size. If I click on it and click blurb, it'll go to the next size. It'll go to the last size. I think I actually am going to change my blurb size because I think it's too small. Right, does that looks too small. Let me double click on here. I'm going to make this 11 and hit OK. That just makes it a little bit bigger. Okay, so this one I want to be in the title one. I need to go back to my text layer though. So I'm going to go to my text layer, then click on my key tool, click and drag, type in title, and then under character styles, I'm going to click on title. So it does that. If I double click on the bottom of my box, it'll resize my box to be the correct height. Yeah. So I clicked on the box and then I double clicked on the bottom little bubble there, and it just shrinks it up. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to drag this to be right over here. So now I'm going to have like 3 images and my title over here. And maybe I'll let this come all the way out here in case I have a long title. Okay, and then let's say I'm going to have my blurb under here. So I'm going to click on T again, make another text box. And then here I'm going to type in description. And I'm going to click on, I'm going to click on blurb. So make sure you have the box, click on blurb, so that should have the description in there. Okay, last type of thing we're making is captions. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see better. Under each picture, I'm going to make room for a caption. So I'm going to click on the T tool, click and drag. And then I'm going to click on caption, and I should type in here caption. Okay, I'm going to make this box like the whole size of this piece here. So you see how it's like the whole width of that. I want my captions to live on the other side here though. I want them like right aligned instead of left aligned. So I could have changed that in paragraph styles, but instead I'm just going to do it individually. So I'm going to double click and then come up here to where those styles are and change it to align right. And then also I want it to be centered in this white space. So I'm going to right click and then go to text frame options and click on align center and hit OK. So now my caption will be like exactly in the middle of all those little gutters I have. Once I make one correctly, so I have one that is aligned to the right, it has my character style and caption, and I've already gone to text frame options and made it align to the center. I'm just going to copy it to use for all the other ones. So I'm going to hold Shift Alt and just copy it down for this one. Alt Shift, copy it for that one. And then I'm not going to add a caption for my big image. I'm going to let that one kind of sit on its own. So I have 3 captions. So everyone should have 3 captions, title, description, and the places for images. Do you guys need me to pause? Yes, okay. Yes. Oh, can I do double click? Double click on the text. And then over here. Yes. I think everybody caught up. So what I need you to do is get yourself 3 images. Or actually, I guess we need 4. 1, 2, 3. So you need 4 images. They can be anything. I don't care what they are. Okay, so everyone downloaded 4 images. our best. Okay. Okay, once you have your 4 images, you're now going to come over here to Pages, back to Pages, and I want you to go to page 1. And so now you'll notice, always double check, like you can check that it says 1 over here, and you can see the page you're on over here, so you know you're not editing your master by accident. So you're going to bring up a File Explorer. If that's not showing up, you can type in Explorer over here. And then you're going to go to Downloads. They're probably under, and you're going to drag your images into here. So what's unique about InDesign is that like your images do not live in this file. When you save, it's only saving a file path. So when I make this file, we're going to do something at the end to fix this. So basically, it's giving you a preview of the image, but it's not like the image itself. It's not like Illustrator that's actually embedding the image in your file. It's just a reference that's telling it where it's coming from. So I'm going to put in my first image, click and drag. And if I click on the thing, it should automatically size it to fit in there. This is my mom's dog, Lisa. I'm going to click and drag in the next one, click on there. It should automatically size it. And then this one's super wonderful. I'm going to click and drag, put that in. So you'll notice on this one that like her face isn't in the shot, which isn't ideal. So I can fix the spacing on this. So there's this dot in there. If I click on that like circle that showed up and drag down, do you see that yellow box that showed up? That's like the image behind my frame, if that makes any sense. So it's like, right, so that's the end of my image. This is the end of my frame. I can drag that box to get her whole face in there. Or I could even, if I wanted to change the sizing a little bit, if I change to my other arrow, so there's a direct selection tool, that lets me click on the yellow box. And then I could always hold Shift and change the size of this there. My one warning would be try not to get things out of proportion. It's really easy to stretch something out of shape and it looks very odd as soon as you do it. Okay, and then I have one more image to place in. So again, I'm coming over here. This one I'm going to have to reposition because it's like in the wrong orientation. So I'm going to click and drag it in. And then I'm going to click on my direct selection tool here. And then I should be able to click on here. And then if I go to, where do I rotate it? I should be able to rotate it. If I'm not seeing the icon come up here, I can rotate it up here. And then I can drag that, hopefully. Oh no, I lost it, Control Z, okay. Okay, so I can drag that back over. And now I can, if I go back to my regular selection tool and select the frame, I can go to fitting, fit content proportionally, and it'll fit the whole image in there. So even though I have some settings in my master page, if I need to change them, I can. You'll notice that all these things are super fuzzy because it's just, again, a preview of the image. If I want to see it more crisply because I need to line something up, I can go to View, Display Performance, High Quality Display, and then that'll show me at whatever resolution that these images are at. So my images, like these are a good resolution. These ones are actually not a good resolution. So at that point, I probably just need to find new images or I need to print them smaller. Otherwise, they're going to be fuzzy on my final. Okay, so I have my 4 images in there. The last thing I need to do is change all these titles. So you'll notice if you try to just click on one of these, it's part of the master spread, so it won't let you click. You have to hold down, what is it? Is it Shift? Okay, so you have to hold down, is it just Shift? You hold Alt and Shift, or no, Control and Shift. So if you click Control and Shift, it then lets you click into here and change the caption. So change those captions to whatever you want to change them to. So again, when I get to this one, I hit Control Shift so I can type into it, and then I can highlight it and change the text. My title, same deal. I hold Control and Shift, click on my double click, and I can change my title. I can also resize my boxes after I've clicked Control Shift. So Control Shift basically is like make unique. If you've ever done SketchUp and you're using components and you like click make unique, it basically means that like this is now free from the template and you can edit it how you need to edit it for this page. I'm not going to I'm not going to type a real description here. I'm just going to hold Control Shift. And if you right click, you can hit fill with placeholder text, and that'll just fill the whole thing with text. Okay, so this is my completed spread. You'll notice that I'm all set up to do my next page, right? It's all set up the same way because it already has a master on it. And then I have freedom to do whatever I want with the first two pages. So I want you to click save. And then I want to wait till everyone catches up here. Oh, so right click. Then you fill the placeholder text. Yeah, so go here and then make sure and I think my page number needs to move up. So looking at this, I realized that my page numbers are behind my images right now, so I can fix that on my master. If I go back to my A parent, so I double click on A parent, and actually I can just do that over here. I'm just going to take my highlight text and shapes, and I'm going to click them and move them over images. So my images are below my text and my shapes. And now if I go back, that should be fixed. That the one is over that. So using layers is important so you can shift where things are. Okay, I think I saw everybody had images. Control and shift out of it. Control shift. Okay. Oh, spelling. Yes. So where you find spell check, if you go over to, I think it's under, is that their editor type? Okay, so if I go to edit and then spelling, I can do check spelling. I can also click on dynamic spelling, which will underline everything in red that's spelled wrong. So you'll notice like all the placeholder text is like fake, so it's all spelled wrong. Okay. So once you have saved, the last thing I want you to do is package your file and save it as PDF. So packaging your file takes all those images that you just put in and it puts it into one folder that you can send to the printer so that the printer could like find everything again. This is very helpful, especially if you are like me and are not organized, because it like reorganizes everything for you. So you're going to go to File and then click on Package. Where is it? Oh, it is. There we go, package. I can't find it. It's not here anymore. I always have like slight worries that they're going to change the software and we'll find it. Okay, so click on package. And here it just gives you like a nice little summary of what's going on. It has 4 images found. it knows where everything is. If it has problems, it'll tell you. It's like fine with the fonts you're using. Why do I have, I think because it's using, some of them use RGB color space, which is like not great for printing, right? Because like normally for printing you want CMYK. So it's just telling me like your images are in the wrong color space, but that's not a big deal for what I'm doing. I'm fine with that. So I'm going to then click package and then find a place to save it. So I'm going to save it in downloads, and it's going to be Zay Demo Portfolio, package, hit OK. And so now if I go over to my downloads, this is my portfolio folder, and you'll notice that it has a folder that has all the fonts in there that you used. It has all those images that you had are all saved in there. And then it has an IDML file, which allows you to open an older version of InDesign. It has the regular InDesign, and it made you a PDF. I'm going to make you save out one more PDF because I don't like the PDF settings it does automatically. So in order to get this ready for the printer, you would go to File, Adobe PDF Presets, and then if you're going to the printer and like it's a normal print job, they're actually going to make it on paper, you're going to click PDF X-4 2008, and you're going to save it using those options. Because we're doing this digitally and I want to see it in spreads, I'm going to make you change one thing. I want you to change from export as pages to export as spreads. So then it should say PDF X4 2008 modified because you changed it from pages to spreads. Then hit export. And I did not see where I saved that. Maybe it's in my downloads. Let's see. I'm going to do that one more time so I save it in the right place. I'm going to go to File, PDF Presets, 2008. I'm going to save it. Actually, I want to save it in that folder just so everything's together. And I'm just going to add a 2 at the end of this, or spreads at the end of this, so I know this is like the spreads file. I'm going to hit OK. Make sure I do spreads, and then hit export. Okay, so now if I go back into that folder and I double click on here, I should have my first page, my next 2 pages, and then my last page. Okay, so I want all of you to upload this file into, so I actually make the assignment. Actually, I don't know if I made the assignment. I was trying to make the assignment, and I think I might have gotten sidetracked. Let's see if it's on there. Assignments. I don't think, oh yeah, it's under, nope, I didn't make the assignment. Okay, let me make an assignment really quick. So first assignment, this is InDesign. Huh? Oh, you do? It's not this one though, right? Okay, no, this one's for your real portfolio that you're making for next week. This is just for the thing we did right now, like the classwork assignment. This one should be, no, this one is, when's this one for? This one should be for next week. This one's April 6th, so this is next week. It's not this one. I don't think I made the assignment yet. Okay, so InDesign tutorial, so upload class PDF. And this should be under participation and file upload. Assign to everyone. Okay, save and publish. And then I can move that into the module. Okay, so that, if you reload, it should be there now. Just the PDF. You don't have to give me the whole packaged file. Okay, so we come back, you're just going to have time to work on your portfolio. We already did the demo tutorial before dinner, which is awesome. So we'll just have time to, hopefully everybody can get theirs close to done today while you're here. Okay, so other than that, I will see you at 7.